So this video is going to be kind of a break from the norm in the sense that I'm going to take an offensive against what I see as liberalism gone too far. Me and AntiqueLens were having a discussion in the comments section of a video that I came across, which is titled Asexuality, the Making of a Movement / Pride March. And the video is about people who call themselves asexual. And in the comment section, we were getting into a discussion about what asexuality means. I assume that it means that these people don't experience sexual attraction to the opposite gender or the same gender in the first place, and so they're kind of a biological anomaly. And AntiqueLens was clarifying and saying, no, some of them experience sexual attraction, but they don't act on it. Some of them don't experience sexual attraction, but want to. And there's all these subdivisions and subcategories, I guess, within the group of asexual, which pretty much means people who, for whatever reason, have far less sex than the average individual. But the point of this video is not to get into the specifics of asexuality. It just got me to thinking. I was going to leave this comment as my last comment in response to AntiqueLens, but I didn't want it to be misinterpreted, so I figured to make a whole video about it. I don't want to seem like a wretched, soulless person. I am a liberal. I don't think you'll find an ounce of bigotry or judgment within me. I try to be as patient and understanding to people of all different walks of life as possible as I can, as much as I can. But I think liberalism goes too far. So this is the comment I originally was going to leave to her. And it was about the asexuals parade. They were participating in a parade. So the comment was this: I see. I don't want to seem like a wretched, soulless person, but for some reason this video just kind of made me sigh. Celebrate diversity. Awesome. Great idea. Make people aware of various sexual orientations. Always a good thing. But I've never understood the pride and celebratory aspect. And this is where I left off, and I decided not to leave the comment because it might be misunderstood. But I do want to address this whole issue of pride and parades and sexual orientation. And as for me personally, I don't get it. I think that pride should always be reserved for things worthy of pride, things that you've done that you can take pride in. What I mean is, when it comes to asexuality or homosexuality or whatever the movement is, education and awareness and making people conscious of the differences is always a good thing. But what's with the need for parades and flyers and banners walking down the streets in big giant parades of groups? And don't get me wrong, I'm all for the education. But there is a vast difference between creating an atmosphere that fosters awareness and a fucking pride parade. I see the first example, creating an atmosphere that fosters awareness and education, is a great thing that should always be encouraged. Parade perhaps takes it a little bit too far. In my opinion, even the pride in the first place is kind of misplaced. I don't reserve any pride for the fact that I am a white heterosexual male. Why would I? Why would I? That's just how I was born. That's my genetic hardwiring. For other people, and I don't doubt that it's not a choice, it's not. Gay people are attracted to members of their own genders. They were born that way. So why would you be proud about that? And I understand that we should definitely have events that commemorate, the overcoming of bigotry and the civil rights movement in this country. That's always very important. But this continuing of parades and pride, stop being proud. You have no reason to be proud for being gay, lesbian, transgender, asexual, any more than I have the right to be proud of being heterosexual. If you think I have the right to be proud of my heterosexuality, that's one thing, but I would disagree with you on that. I know this is going to sound facetious, but where's my heterosexual male pride parade? I know that sounds sarcastic and maybe mean, but what's with the need to have parades over the most trivial things? Should pride be reserved for accomplishments? I think it should. Like getting a promotion at your career, celebrating a 10-year anniversary with a loved one, graduating college, overcoming depression, overcoming addictions like alcoholism, things you've done with your own effort and whatnot. Being proud of being gay or black or an American is no different than if I were to say that I am proud to have a birthmark on my upper right arm. It's just rather tacky and useless, in my opinion. I say this because if you're gay, black, American, Chinese, short, tall, overweight, skinny, etc., 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 whatever, it's because, most likely, you were born that way. In the case of nationalism, I'm not proud to be an American because having been born on a particular piece of land that we call America is not a fucking accomplishment. Two people that I call mom and dad happen to have had sex. By chance, it was in America. 9 months later, I popped out. America's a great place, but am I proud of my citizenship? No, not really. Am I happy to live here in America? Yes. Would I rather live here than many other places in the world? Definitely. Am I lucky to have been born here? Definitely. But it's something that was totally beyond my control, and therefore it is not deserving of my pride, and certainly not a parade. Now let me just add here, there's always exceptions to the rule, and I'm not talking about the exceptions. If you moved to another country and earned your citizenship, you can be proud of that. I'm talking about the happenstance events that examples that I'm giving in this video. So moving on, I hope no one takes any offense to this, really. I have a lot of liberal friends on YouTube. A lot of my audience is liberal, and I hope they don't take this the wrong way. But I see race, sexuality, religion, nationality in the same way. Usually, we are the way we are because of pure happenstance, randomness, and chance. Our race happened to us. Our religion was given to us by our parents, usually. Our nationality happened to us. Being heterosexual happened to me. No free will or volition involved. Life is full of random chance events, and I'm proud of none of them. Nor should any of you be, because they were not events that you controlled or participated in. They happened to you. So when I run into someone who says that they're proud to be gay, I simply ask, why? Why are you proud of being gay? Isn't that something that you were born with? And I know the gay movement is really trying to push that idea, which is backed by science and psychology, that gay people are born the way they are. Or, they have a gay gene now. They can identify certain genetic things in the brain which could be responsible for homosexuality, which is natural to them. They're born that way. So if that's the case, why are you proud of that? If you made a choice to be gay and somehow overcame all this trouble, and that would be an accomplishment and be deserving of a pride parade. But if you're born that way, why are you proud? I was born heterosexual. Am I proud of that? No, because it's just normal to me. That's what I am. It's what I've always been. There's no reason to take pride in that. And I think that the same goes for homosexuality and race, whether you're black or white. Religion, most of us were given our religion by our parents. These are events that happen to us. We didn't necessarily choose them. They were heaped upon us, or they're, genetic variants. We are the way we are. It's perfectly acceptable to be happy with who you are, to have self-esteem and confidence and be proud of who you are overall as an individual. But to isolate certain characteristics of your personality and say, I'm specifically proud of this, especially when it's something that you have no control over. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I just see it as stupid. So, sounding facetious again here, but really, where the fuck is my heterosexual American white male parade? If I were to have one, or if I were to partake in one, most people would see that as really stupid. What are you proud of here? How is it any different for African American parade, proud of being black or Hispanic or gay? These are all just things that we were born with. Be proud of things that you've done, works accomplished by your own blood, sweat, and tears. Be proud of obstacles overcome and battles won. Be proud of having done the right thing, especially when doing the wrong thing seems so much easier. But you didn't choose your race, sexuality, nationality, right? Why on earth do we need to have a pride day or parade for every little trivial thing that divides us, that makes us different from one another? And I tend to think that these pride parade events end up magnifying our differences more than celebrating unity. There is celebrating diversity, that's one thing, but being proud of being something just because you happen to be that something, the whole thing doesn't make sense to me. In my opinion, it's moral liberalism gone a little bit too far. Let's stop being so proud. Perhaps that's one of our problems. Human vanity and superficiality. Be proud of who you are, definitely. Don't hide who you are. But there's a difference between that and a parade, and I see the parade as kind of silly.